What are you supposed to say, Thomas?
Hi, you need to check out Two Bros Podcast.
Because Thomas said so.
Because Thomas says so.
And what about Chuck?
Yeah, that's what they said.
What's that guy's name? You always remember him.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, with the other one. The psychic guy.
The principal actor is always easy, but the side guy, no one knows.
Damn it. Charles Grodin.
Oh, you know this.
Charles Grodin is his name.
Grodin?
Grodin. Yes.
Grodin. Funny guy.
Charles Grodin. Real funny guy.
Very funny in that series. So,
Good in that one. Did you see him in, he was also in An American President
no.
with Michael Douglas.
No.
Did you see that movie? No,
I remember it.
I'm sorry, not Michael Douglas. Not Michael Douglas. It was a comedy.
Uh-huh.
It was a comedy in which
one of these Dana Carvey guys, or one of those
no, he was
Spader or whatever.
oh, what the fuck? Why can't I remember this guy's name? But basically, the president died and has a stroke, and this guy looks exactly like the president. So they put him in as a stand-in.
Wow.
And his friend is Charles Grodin, who's an accountant. And he says, "Hey, look, I want you to help me with the budget." And he says, "Look, if I ran my business like this, I'd be out of business."
Oh,
So,
okay. Was it funny?
it was funny.
It was
It was
funny.
very
I gotta
good.
check it out.
It was very good. Sigourney Weaver was in it.
Ooh.
But man, why can't I not remember this guy's name?
Ask Google.
Okay, Google. Can I ask you a question?
She's ready. She's just lit up.
Can I ask you a question, Google?
Hey, Google. Don't ask. Can you? Just ask.
Never mind, Google. We got it. Yeah, we gotta do the pod. Never mind. Just we gotta do the podcast.
Hey, Google, we're filming a podcast. Is that okay with you?
My apologies, I don't understand.
I know you don't. AI is not there yet.
We got a ways to go.
We're getting there. Good afternoon.
What's up, man?
A little balmy out, man.
Yeah, it's a little like it's not even like fall. This feels like
we're
summer.
cheating. We're cheating.
This feels got the humidity and everything.
It's gonna be 90 degrees on Wednesday.
Fuck. Shit.
90 degrees. Folks, we are headed for different times.
We're it's holding on.
Well, like I told my mom, my mother-in-law, I said New York is a four-season town.
Yeah.
Expect any one of the four.
Any one of the four anytime. Yeah.
You'll never be disappointed.
Yeah.
You'll never be disappointed. The only thing you have to do is go to a different closet and go down here, get the coat or get the jacket. I don't even push it away anymore. I don't. I just kind of leave it all. And
The only thing I do is like I take the winter pea coat and I
just to make room in the closet.
to make room in the closet.
Yeah.
I might take it to the cleaners. That's my send it to the
Yeah.
cleaners, and then
Okay.
it comes back, and then that's sitting there. So I know when it becomes 25 degrees. Okay, that's when I'm pulling that thing out.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm the same way. This is Two Pros Podcast, episode 77. Are we 77?
Yeah, 77.
Wow, 77.
The spirit of 77.
Well, welcome to the show, everyone. Hope all is well. How the September to remember is over. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Just like that.
Done.
I think this is the first month we've successfully recorded every weekend.
You're probably right. Every weekend, yeah, because we get the skips in the summer.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I think so. I'm almost positive, if I'm not mistaken. So
That's good.
Yeah,
Good.
So you had some things to do this morning. You had
We went all the way out east and did some apple picking. And it's one of those things where if you don't do it first thing in the morning,
you never get there.
It doesn't make sense because as we're leaving
The trail
there,
of traffic.
you see the trail of traffic going in, and we're like, "Shit! I am glad we got up at 8:00 in the morning."
Well, that's fun.
Got out the house at 8:30. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Went out there. Miles had a good time.
Yeah, good. Those places make great apple pies. Like they have them all set up, sitting there waiting for you.
They do, and I tell you what, they got these. I got myself a roasted corn.
Oh yeah.
Which I like. I can munch on those all day long. And they had those apple cider donuts. Which
I've seen them, but I've never had it. Is it?
No, they're delicious. I was gonna buy some and actually bring them here, but
You
I
should've.
said they wouldn't have made it.
They wouldn't have made it.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, they're that good. Wow.
To me, I think they're that good. yes.
Wow. Apple cider donuts.
Yeah.
What was the movie with Denzel Washington? When he played the lawyer, the Ishmael.
The one of the last movies he did.
Yeah, the quirky one.
Yes.
That
Who loved this? When he got his money, he went to this place that has these great donuts.
turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon maple donut, I think it was.
It was a weird combination of fucking on a donut, like, and he was like, "I gotta have it." Like he went there and after he took some money.
That was a good role. That's something that he
Yeah.
didn't. He's done a lot of good work that I don't think he's gotten credit for.
Yeah.
Like it for some reason, like it's not in like the lexicon of great movies, but they were great movies.
Yeah.
You know, I think that was one of them. Now, fucking my memory? Maybe it's because I'm getting old. I can't remember what the name of that movie was.
What, the Ishmael?
Yeah, when he played
the attorney. Yeah.
yeah, I can't remember that one.
I don't know.
That was a great movie. I think Crimson Tide was one of the.
Crimson Tide was great.
It was an awesome movie,
Oh, that was fucking
but just
great.
never got the fucking cred that it
Was he
deserved.
like a commando or something? A naval commando?
Yeah, Navy.
Yeah.
And it had a great cast. It was him, Gene Hackman, and all the Viggo Mortensen was in it.
Oh.
And you know all the character guys like you recognize.
Yeah.
You recognize as other actors and whatnot, and they played like character roles, and it was great. It was tension. It had everything in there, but it just didn't get any pub for it.
I think because he does so much work, he has a great body of work that he continues to have moments where it's like he don't need credit for this one. We gave him. Like,
Yeah.
It's like he's got. Come on, how much
Yeah.
How much can you jack off Denzel? Like, you know, I'm sure you can't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? But
Can't take it anymore. Oh, stop it with
Yeah.
the accolades.
there are those moments where he wants to just be normal. We've seen him in basketball courts and games and stuff when we used to play against his son, and he'd be like, "I'm chilling, like just up in Mount Vernon at the Boys and Girls Club." Yeah, cool. Yankees for sure are looking like the best team in the planet.
No, best team on the planet. No,
Ooh.
but it's the playoffs are gonna be fun. Playoffs are gonna be fun. They got the second best record in the American League.
Okay.
The team with the best record is Houston, which they look like the best team on the planet.
Really?
Because they're kind of awesome. It's gonna be fun. The Yankees are gonna start the playoffs out. I think Friday, and they host Minnesota. So they got the first two against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Then they got to go to Minnesota, and then if there's a final game 5, it comes back to Yankee Stadium.
Okay. So that's gonna be fun. I mean, lots of action. Is there a schedule yet for playoffs? And so people are piling up for tickets.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff?
the schedule's out.
Okay.
So the schedule's available. So you all of the playoffs are set. So you find your favorite team and you figure out where you want to go. I'm gonna try to get tickets to Game 3 of the ALCS. It means if the Yankees get it that far, that's their first hosting game of the championship series before you head to the World Series.
Oh.
So, trying to see if I'm willing to, crack that credit card.
Crack that credit card, or take a semester from Miles now.
That's right.
Give it back to him later.
I'll get it back. I'll double up on you.
Double up on it. Underway in so the UN summit over with, done.
Yeah.
You still have some leftover stuff?
There's some leftover stuff, but it's not as big.
Not as big as the
it
big
was
stuff,
now.
the big
All
punchlines.
all the street closures and all that stuff is done, and like having to walk up around and across the street just to get to the next building, like that's right next to you and stuff like that, shit like that. And
I had a terrible time in the city, just like.
Did you really?
Yeah, just I'm not in the city every day anymore, so it's like, oh fuck, come on.
But you're on the east side. So
I've been on the east side all this week. I
Really?
mean, no, coming from the west side, so I'm in Greenwich Village in the west village, then getting all the way up to Midtown, meeting people for meetings.
Oh, okay.
I'm
doing
over
that.
at Rosini's over there on 39, like every day, you know what I mean? And it's an old Italian mob bar. It's like really, Owen, come sit down with us, Owen.
There's the menu that's not on. That's not.
There is no menu.
There is no menu.
There's a menu, but that's not the menu.
Yeah, but that's
you
not
get.
what they eat.
No.
They eat
The
something else.
guy comes out in a fucking tuxedo and a penguin suit, and he's like, "What we get you guys? Oh, well, we cook you up a little scungili with a little carpaccio wings and whatever he says."
Just whatever.
Just whatever we get.
I just don't want to disagree with this guy.
And there's a certain essence of it's a lot of contractors in there, right? So
Right.
it's a contracted kind of restaurant, Italian bar, and a lot of deals are made there. And there's always that, who's that guy? Like He's with you, Billy. He's with you. Who's the kid?
Who's watching?
Yeah. Who's this guy over here? I'm like, surprise, motherfucker. They let black.
They
I'm always the only
people-
black guy in there. Always. And
Yeah.
like, always, well, 90% of the time. You know what I mean, every other time is like that. Whatever.
Right.
And no one gives a shit.
No, nobody does.
Nobody cares.
Nobody does give a shit. Be honest with you.
But it's definitely the weather is, there's so many festivals that are just like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, I didn't plan on going this, but maybe I should.
Maybe I should because it's beautiful out.
And I wanted to go to I was supposed to go to the vegan festival yesterday at Randall's Island.
Okay.
And I got so busy in the shop, and I was like, I just know if I should have did like that. Went early, you know what I'm saying? Got out, just go,
Just go,
get
right.
up there, hook up with some friends and stuff. My wife was like, "Oh, it is here," and you know what deterred me? We looked on TV. We were getting dressed in the morning, and we saw a commercial for Randall's Island today. Those community boys.
Yeah.
Hey, today going on in Randall's Island is the so and so. We were like, no, fuck, it's not happening today. All right, I guess I ain't going. Yeah. So I just lost my steam.
Just lost
you know
your
what I'm
steam.
saying?
Just like, oh.
I would have gone, but
Randall's Island is a bitch though to get. It's because there's like one way in, one way out, and
miss it.
If you miss that, right? If you miss that flow,
Yeah.
you're stuck. That's at least another 45 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta pay a toll too if you miss it. Like,
Oh, really?
Well, if you go like where the stadium is, Yankee Stadium, Icahn Park or
Yankee
Randall's.
Stadium,
Yeah,
Randall's Island. You're talking further south. That's not.
Well, if you come off of you pass Yankee Stadium, don't you pass Yankee Stadium? I remember passing Yankee Stadium, coming around and then going to Randall's
Okay.
Island, Icahn Park. Yeah,
Okay. Icon.
I saw Icahn Park or
Icon
whatever.
Park. Okay.
I saw OVO there. I saw
Ovo.
Cirque du Soleil.
Oh.
Yeah.
So just like, look, some freaks.
I love those shows.
I mean, they're great, but it's like, how do you
Top that.
like day one of your Cirque du Soleil
Yeah.
shit is what? You fall flat on your face, you break a few bones, and you pull all your muscles in your groin.
I've heard some horror stories with those things. The women falling,
Yeah.
getting spun from their hair ripped out of their scalp type of shit.
There has to be.
Yeah. The
There has to be.
casualties are probably
Just,
high.
I mean, the finished product is beautiful.
Oh,
but
it's
to
amazing.
get there
Yeah.
is, who didn't make it?
I know.
Who didn't make the audition? Who sucks at that?
Right.
Somebody sucks at that.
Hey, you. No climbing on the walls.
Yeah, she's hot. Oh god, she's horrible. She fell 4
She fell
times last
fucking
week.
4 times. Get her out of here. Dump her out back. Dump her out back.
I can do it. I can do it. No, you can't.
No, we clearly see you
our
can't.
insurance ain't that good.
Oh man. So geez, what else has been going on this week? It's been so much. Have you followed any of the national director's testimony of the CIA and
The because people want to impeach the president.
Yes.
At some, but it's kind of like.
it's like, we doing this again?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
it became weird. It says, yes, we're going to impeach, but then we're going to impeach because we believe that there's information there that's detrimental. I said, wait a minute.
Right.
You can't, impeach to find out shit.
Right.
That's what it seemed like it was coming across. We're going to impeach because we think there's something else there. Well, that's kind of not... That's not how this shit works. This shit don't work like that.
Well, so-
That's like you being arrested because, hey, I think you've done something illegal.
Thought crime.
Well, no, that's not how it works. Maybe in that Tom Cruise movie, but
Well, the biggest thing was the phone call. Okay, he had a
Yeah,
phone call
right.
to the Ukraine president, and basically said, "Hey, you need to look into
Right.
Hunter and this kid and get me anything you can. I need it for the campaign. It would be great for us. And if not, there's a check that we had here for you guys."
it may or
That's
may not
that's
get
the
there.
crime. The
Right.
crime is
That's the crime
right,
if that happened,
right.
and it doesn't look like that happened.
Yeah. It did. It did. You could tell it did. The money was held. It's so easy to say, it was a paper. It was going through. It was somebody didn't sign the check. I was traveling. The accountant was off. The guy was on vacation. The check was going out anyway. You know what I mean? But again, the bigger picture here is that the Joe Biden side
Right.
of this company, Bisma, whatever it is a big, huge technology company and whatever else. And people say, well, how did his son get this big job?
Right. Which is
Questionable.
Questionable.
I mean, it's. But at the end of the day,
But
how does
isn't-
any other kid get their job?
but
How
isn't
did-
pretty much the same thing then?
it's
it's
exactly,
exactly
the same
thing.
It's exactly
So-
the same thing that he's been doing.
Right.
So there's like this good for the goose, good for the
Right.
gander thing, and it's like, hey, I'm the only asshole that can push people around and call presidents and get favors done overseas and all this other stuff. So, and I guess he didn't like it that the fact that this kid had this high level job.
And apparently he's a fuck up.
Hunter?
Yeah. Apparently, like he's like, it's not like just this dude who's like trying to get in. It's like, no, you're a fuck up, and you know, like anywhere else you'd be fucking slinging burgers at Burger King.
Right.
But
my father says we should be going now. He probably is. I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know the kid or know anything about him. Or it'd be very interesting to see those people who grew up with Hunter Biden, see if there was any signs of goofiness
right.
in his repertoire.
It's just fun. I can't. It's hard to pay attention to all this shit.
It is. It's super hard to. But you know, when you ask a foreign government to look into this or do this or and then the question is, do what? Like, what are you gonna do? Just find. What do you find out? You know, other than sexual, like, oh, did he fuck a Russian whore in the bathroom?
Right.
Or did he, do some, was he at a nightclub? Does he go hang out at gay park? I don't know. Whatever it is.
There's a lot about Trump that is wrong, but not necessarily illegal.
Right.
And it's one of those things, right. It's one of those things where it's like, it's stupid business behind the back door shit that everybody does and everybody has done. Mm-hmm. You know, but he'll say that and he'll just go on Twitter and say something just as rhetorically stupid, and then you just, oh God, this motherfucker,
Mr. Nana Boo Boo, he's always Nana Boo Boo.
Hey, it's always some shit, man. It's always and Joe Biden is one of those dudes. He's like for instance, the more he talks, the more you say, dude, just
shut the fuck
I wish
up.
You'd stop.
Just shut up.
Like you let him talk because he's like the elder statesman in the group. It's like
you just give him give him his props.
He's like when your great uncle comes over, you don't want to cut him off out of respect, but everybody else is like, dude, this dude really should. Please don't give him another drink. Cause
this is what happened to the director who was on trial. Like the
one that they were questioning.
Yeah, he's 30 years in the Navy, very decorated, very his service to the country has been nothing but stellar, and such his acumen is just can't be judged.
Right,
No one was, and they kept telling him that. And everyone that talked to him said, "Sir, you're honored. I'm honored to even talk to you. We're not judging your acumen, but when you look at the decoration of your decorations, and you have all these decision makings on world instances and all this other stuff." How do you not transfer those skills here? Like, why now are you stupid? Like, all of a sudden, you don't know how to make executive decisions. You don't know right from wrong anymore. Now you just follow a piece of paper that says... The question is that since Donald Trump is not a member of the intelligence community, that is not an intelligence problem. It's not something about intelligence. That's the stupidest fucking statement I've ever heard. That means if you catch a spy or you catch somebody or a terrorist, he's not part of the community, but you investigate him, right?
But see, but I don't think that's what.
But that's what Axelrod kept saying. I mean, Adam Schiff kept saying. He said, "Why do you keep referring to if the person? It's not about you." He says you're part of the intelligence community, and your job is to investigate everyone else. We hold you with the highest regard to investigate everyone, right, wrong, or indifferent. There's no separation. He's invisible to me, so whatever he does doesn't matter to me. That's like saying if I saw a terrorist and he was my cousin, I wouldn't investigate him.
Well, then it begs the question then, because then now if that's the case, then Adam Schiff needs to account for what he knew and when he knew, because apparently then if that's going to be the case, then he had information about the whistleblower before the whistleblower made their statement. So now it begs the question, okay, wait a minute. If the whistleblower told you something, Mr. Schiff, before that, don't you have a responsibility to say, hey, this is, or are you just keeping it in your back pocket until a moment like this? Because it seems that he's saying something happened before something became official.
Before it became official paper.
Before it became
document was forged.
Before we had to get this thing down the road, you seem to know what happened. So if that's the case, then that's just, I mean, that's part of what makes this thing all fucked up, because it seems like you're operating with previous knowledge of something.
But he was the acting director was the one who did bring it to the attention. It
Yes.
was just the time of when he
Yes.
did it. It was
And
the
it's
time.
the time of it, and then it's a question of what the whistleblower actually, like, did he actually see something, or did he actually hear that somebody did something that might have
Right.
been wrong? Like, you know,
No, everything he said was
third
hearsay.
party.
Everything he said was hearsay. It was water cooler talk.
Right,
It was
it was water
all
cooler shit.
water
Right,
cooler.
exactly.
I've heard this.
Yeah,
I've
you
heard
piece
that.
this
I've heard
together from this and this and that, and so it begs the question: okay, well, how is that accurate? Because that's, I mean, is that worthy of?
It's worthy of an investigation.
Is it worthy of investigation? But is it worthy of whistleblower protection?
Yeah, well, I think so because number one is once that claim came out, they were able to zero in on when the conversation could have happened in between and found it, and that's how you got the transcript. That's how you got the transcript of the
Okay.
actual. Then it was I heard, and then it was it was true. He did say this. He did say that. So that's when his status became credible, and then he was protected under the Whistleblower Act.
Right.
If it had been a rumor, he would have been fucked up.
Yes.
They would have took him in the locker room
Yes.
and beat him like
Yes.
with a bag of oranges.
But this is all. I mean, to me, this is all fodder shit, because the thing that
Smoke,
happened.
it's all just
Well, I want to know how come nobody is saying anything about us pretty much being the bitch to Saudi Arabia. So, you know, like somebody fucked up Saudi Arabia, so we got to send our people over to die for that.
yeah.
That's because the enemy of our friend is our enemy
Is
too.
our enemy
so
too.
now, and pretty much Saudi Arabia is going to be commanding U.S. troops.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
in
they're
that
paying
region.
for it. They're giving you the money. So, money talks. If you don't need their money, you know what I'm saying, and you don't need the things that they have, you don't need their oil prices, at the price they give it to you.
Well, then you can't have it both ways, and you can't say, well, we don't need Saudi Arabia oil and we don't need Saudi Arabia money, which is what the people in the White House are actually saying. We don't need that. Well, then why are we sacrificing American lives for somebody else's thing then? If we're not being somebody else's bitch, I mean that's how it comes across to me.
Listen, do you know that and I don't know this 100%, but I think I talked about this before. The unemployment rate includes war, like includes army.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes,
So it includes people who are in
the
active
service.
military.
That's job. And that number goes up when so just because you're in office and you put 30,000 troops on the ground, is that a good job?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. It's
I didn't
inclusive.
know that. I thought they were excluded from
No,
that.
no, those are employment. If you look at the census of employment, the U.S. military constitutes for 47% of employment in the United States. Almost
Wow.
half
Wow.
our jobs are military. You know what I'm saying?
Military funded.
That's
or
can you imagine
government
someone
contractors
at
and shit like that.
NASA? That's a job, right?
Right.
Someone at the Army, that's a job.
Right.
Those are jobs.
But I thought actual service people did not we didn't count them. We didn't discount them, but we didn't count them.
I
Like that was-
it would be so hard. If it shows it on the I looked it up
I mean,
on
you probably-
US.gov and when you look at the unemployment, it does show military. And professional services.
Wow.
And that's inclusive of contractors. It also includes the Congress people and all their jobs.
Those are the fucking people that I could use it without a few fucking congressmen. We could use without a few fucking congressmen.
It does get a little crazy with all of them, as we have our congressman's card right here. City council, sorry.
You didn't put that link up.
I did not.
God damn it.
I can still add it to the video.
Oh, please do.
I can edit it and add it to the video. And yeah, so what I've seen some crazy movies. First of all, The Righteous Gemstones. Have you seen?
No.
It's a series.
No.
John Goodman, Danny McBride.
I like John Goodman. I like Danny McBride.
Oh man, if you have you seen Arizona with
Yes.
Danny McBride?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is in the same vein
Okay.
of that, where you think you're watching something and you go,
Oh shit! It's something else.
This show, The Righteous Gemstones, it's about a megachurch. Okay, John Goodman is Mr. Gemstone or whatever. He's got this whole megachurch with his family, and it just goes so left. It just goes so weird and real. And Danny McBride is his oldest son.
Okay.
The daughter and the young. Oh, it is a great
Righteous
fucking.
Gemstones.
It is a great series to watch because you just go like this. You just doing the whole thing. You're like, I can't believe this is happening. So I won't spoil it for anyone. It's up to the episode 6.
Okay.
The Wu-Tang Saga is up to episode 6.
I saw a couple episodes of that. That's nice.
Yeah, it's really good. Snowfall, done, over with, finished, was great. Up 3 seasons in. Butlers with The Rock.
You like that?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be over though. This is gonna be it though.
I think this is the last season.
one.
I tried to come on. I was like,
Southside over, episode 10 done. Hope they renew them. They're great. This for me has been the year of
You've been watching a lot
shows.
of shit.
Yeah, shows.
You've been watching a lot of shit.
Shows. Yeah, I don't sleep, so you know. I start at 10 at night, like at 10, and then I just watch this one after that one, and I watch them in a row. I haven't seen Ray Donovan, and my wife loves that show.
Apparently, Ray Donovan is really good.
Yeah.
I've heard other people say how good it is.
I saw a buddy of mine on my Facebook page. He's like playing a cop on Ray Donovan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's,
Nice. I saw the movie It, the second It.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How was it?
Disappointing.
I believe so.
Very disappointing.
The first one wasn't anything to me.
Well, I like the first one.
No,
I liked it.
I
well,
didn't.
well, first of all, I just they broke it up, so that's not how the story goes. The story isn't like that. The story isn't done in a progression. The story is actually done in retrospect. Like the story starts off with the adults.
Oh, and they go back to tell what happened to them as kids.
And it has to do more with your perception of memory of these horrific things that happened, and they assign it a entity called It. And It just turns out to be this actual thing that's some space
Pennywise the clown.
space thing that came up. Right.
Space? Is there space involved?
It's it's an alien that came to Earth millions of years ago that regenerates, that comes to life every 27 years, and
I didn't know this.
and wrecks havoc. Now this is part of the book. You know, this is part
Really?
of the book, right? And,
I didn't know that.
And what it's
it
done
was
is
supposed to be
what it's done is it's done. The book does it in. One of the characters, he's a black kid. He stays in the town, and he starts seeing these things happen again. Says, "Oh shit, these things are happening again. It happened 27 years ago. Let me call my buddies. Call them all up. They come back, try to figure out how we can get rid of this thing." And it's all these stories that happened in the first movie are sort of told in retrospect. So it's kind of like how your memory treats those things, and it treats them a little bit more horrifically. And yeah, but I mean, bottom line is, it too was just disappointing. It was just like,
sorry to hear that.
and I think it's because they're adults now. You know, there's something about like when you see kids going through something and fighting through something.
Yeah.
It seems to be a little bit more genuine.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of like root for them, so to speak.
Sort of like the Stand By Me type
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
kind of
like
growing up, coming of age.
You see their awkwardness. You see them not, you see them struggling actually to try to get through something and whatnot, and you can understand their feelings. And I think we can connect to children a little bit more. Like if it was a grown man, you'd say buck the fuck up and just go do what you got to do and protect your family. God damn it, But kids, you can like sort of empathize a little bit more.
Well, you go through them with the innocence part of it.
The innocence, right? Like you see the challenge of the innocence and stuff.
I get it. I'm sorry it was disappointing.
It was disappointing. But what I think will not be disappointing is Joker, when Joker comes out next week.
Oh my God, I've heard so many. Did you hear all the shit they're saying about this
Apparently,
movie?
everybody loves this movie.
But they're saying this thing is gonna have. I don't know where I read this, and don't quote me on it, but I read this and I read it on the stick, the previews, the auto previews, that certain cities are saying they don't want to show it because they're afraid of shootings. They're afraid of mass shootings. They said this will incite people for mass shootings, and that people will come dressed up and shoot up movie theaters. I swear, I saw this thing and I read it, and I think I even took a screenshot of it. And I was like, this is insane. Like, to even promote, to even, because now you just gave some idiot
Now
an
you
idea.
just gave somebody an idea.
You just gave some jackass an idea, like, and I saw all these people getting these Joker tattoos. Do you see this?
I've seen people with Joker tattoo,
With
but I don't
the,
like
the face.
Oh,
with
the face thing?
permanent fucking. First of all, tattooing your face is probably the most selfish thing that you could do. Like, because it's only for you. It's just for you. You want to express your opinion, and unless you're a rock star that lives by that rule, like, you know, for you to walk through supermarkets and, you know,
Well,
just,
yeah, it's just
it's selfish. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's selfish. It means that you are not participating in society. I
Right.
think it means you just want to be left alone.
well, you want to be looked at.
You want to be looked
You
at.
want to be
You want
looked
the
at.
attention.
And you're probably going to get scowl at people who look at you.
Yeah, you're
Like, you know,
mad
like-
at people like, hey, you got a word like these fucking all these new wigger rappers, like the white rappers and stuff. They all tattoo their faces. They put they put their eyebrows are tattooed with "Never Sleep." What's his Post Malone? Or "Always Tired." He has written on his forehead. Hey, these fucking guys are idiots. And this guy, they tattooed their faces
tattooed the
up
face and
with
the-
the Joker and the stitches and all this. Man, this is a real way you can get those kind of stitches. It's called Rikers Island.
Oh yeah, they'll give them to you.
They'll give you that. They'll
They'll
give you
give
that.
them to you.
But
Free of charge.
I want to see it. I like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
It definitely has the essence of mental health.
Yeah.
In a huge way. Like it really looks like it deals with this depression of him combing his mother's hair and, you know, just, my mother told me no matter what, keep a smile, you know, and it has this real eerie essence of just weirdo shit.
Yes. Yes.
Psychosis.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good.
On another, speaking of weird shit, I watched The Fanatic. Now, if you haven't noticed, and if you're not a movie guy like I am, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage are in a race for who create the most stupidest, dumbest hair follicle movies that you could watch. I swear to you, these guys have the Barbie and Ken doll school, a barber, because they all have these hair pieces that are
definite plugs.
oh my gosh!
So you make money,
and they
man.
make
You
a
can-
movie every week. Like these guys, they make at least every month. I don't know if you've seen this barrage of. There's one I just saw with Nicolas Cage and Lawrence Fishburne of all, where Lawrence Fishburne plays a coked out drug dealer, prostitute, fucking whores. He can't. He's addicted to fucking prostitutes and smoking dope, and oh, it's insane. And him and Nicolas Cage do like this Colombian run, and they keep going back and forth, and it's weird. It's really weird.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. But I'll pull it up. But the one with The Fanatic with John Travolta
Okay.
is about John Travolta as a Hollywood kind of a savant, kind of a nerd.
Okay.
And he's old, and he dresses up and goes down Hollywood Boulevard, and he's part of this subculture of Hollywood Boulevard of, you know, knowing all the celebrities, knowing everything about all the people. He's a nerd. He's a what do you call, autistic or something like that. But he's old. He wears Hawaiian shirts and goofy. He's got a goofy walk and a mullet. He has a fucking. It's insane. And he's up and down the Hollywood Boulevard, and some guys are like doing tricks and stealing wallets. And
Right.
he's like, you guys don't respect the code of Hollywood. And he's playing a really good character.
Okay.
It's just the prosthetic fucking hair. You can't get past the raccoon on his head. It's like, dude, you have a cat on your
There's
head.
a cat in your head.
There's a cat on your head. It's really good. And so is it a fly?
No, it's a cat on your head.
And he plays this guy that just gets a star map from his friend, and all of a sudden his favorite actor that he's in love with, he goes and tracks him down, and he starts showing up at his house, his school, and the dude is nothing like the actor he is, and he's like, you want my fucking autograph? Here, you fucker. Shines his chest and stabs him with a pen. It's like, take your fucking autograph and get the fuck out of here. You're mean, and all of a sudden he just goes off, and he's got the pace, he's got the goofy feet, and he can't control his anger, and he has It's weird. It just goes left and it just spins out of control. This motherfucker goes in his house and while the guy's sleeping, he's taking pictures with him. He's kissing him on his head. And he's like, "Oh, have a good night, Mr. Son." He's tucking him in bed because he's an actor, he can't sleep, so he's taking Ambience and shit. And he's like,
Jesus.
he's brushing his teeth with his toothbrush. His son is like, "This tastes funny, Dad." It's like,
Jesus.
he's like, "I think I dropped your toothbrush." No, this fucking John Travolta licked it. What a weird fucking movie. He's been in like 10 movies back to back. He played like John Gotti.
Yeah,
He played the guy who did the speedboat. The king of speedboats. The guy that created.
I don't know that.
It was a guy down in Florida who was like a drug dealer, but branded like a brand of speedboats.
A speedboat? Oh, no, I didn't know.
Because they were used for drugs.
Right.
And he was like, "Fuck it, I might as well have the." And he raced. Oh, he was a speedboat racer.
Speedboat
that's what it
racer.
was. Something like that. A lot of shit. A lot of goofy shit to keep your mind off of the bullshit.
Speedboat racing.
Speedboat racing. Speaking of which, we was given an opportunity to. Well, somebody asked me, "Do I want a boat?"
Do you want a boat?
Free.
Free boat.
Free boat.
What?
Tough problem to have.
Well,
It's like, where do you put this elephant?
that's a catch. I mean,
It's free. All I gotta do is go get it and put it somewhere. So where do I put it? You can put it in the yard. You gotta take it to a marina. You gotta pay
Yeah.
$3,000 a month. $3,000 to store
Right.
it, and $1,500 to wrap it.
right.
Then you gotta get the engine checked out. Then you gotta do all this other crazy stuff. It's like,
I mean, unless you want to fix it up, turn around and sell it.
that too. But I did want a boat. I just didn't think it would come that way.
What kind of boat?
It's a 6-person. It's a fishing boat.
Okay.
A little fishing boat. It's nice. It's not bad.
Now, how did it come to you want a free boat? Like, so
These guys are from China. They're leaving. They got to
Mm-hmm.
go back to China, and they've been here for like the last 10 years. So they go off and on.
Mm-hmm.
They leave, and everything they just get rid of it. And
Wow.
it's like, you want it? I heard your friend was talking about, hey, he wanted a boat, so here we got one for you. And I'm like, fuck. Did they? You know how you always ask for something?
And
Be
then
careful
you
what
get
you
it.
ask for till you get it.
You got it. You got
and
your
when
boat.
you get it, it's like, fuck, I got
Then
nothing
you
to
got
do
your
with it.
boat. So you might not get this shot again. So
No,
This
I
is
know.
it.
So when you come by next week, you'll see this thing
you're gonna see this.
sitting in the driveway.
We might have to do the podcast on it. Might take up all your space.
Yeah. But all week I've been scrambling with my buddy, like, hey, where do you dock? Can you get your guy? Can you get me a better price? Can you? I'm paying $3,000 to park this.
That's what it is. $3,000 a month.
$3,000 for the season.
For the season.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. I guess.
It's not. It's not when you.
But I mean, it's not when you have $3,000. If you don't have $3,000, then
Yeah. No extra money. Tuition is due and etc. So what else happened last week? After we recorded, I went out to Jersey. Went to my buddy's house. So his Cuban.
Yeah, the Cuban party
yes,
thing. Had
so much
cake and cigars.
Oh my god, we had cake. We had. I don't smoke cigars, but he roasted the pig. Had the whole big pig. And this dude, the chef they had out there made a paella,
Okay.
which was fucking amazing. And he, just watching him he's doing the whole thing from even the rice, cooked the rice in the in this big wok, whatever it was, shrimps and everything. I'm like, baby, you stay over there. She's allergic to seafood, shellfish, so sorry, this is not for you. Can't help you there.
There's a hamburger over there.
Yeah. Well, there was tons of other food. I mean, Cuban pork was just
Right.
falling off the bone, and that big thing.
Sounds delicious.
It was delicious. And then had to do a stop, drop, and roll. We were only 6 miles away from Niche School.
Stop. Oh, okay.
We dropped her off.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop,
What,
drop,
there-
get out.
There was a
yeah.
fire. There was
Nah. Stop, get out. Time for you to go back to school. Dropped her ass back off and back at the ranch. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, that's it's been kind of. It's like this is it's like a free summer. It's like
yeah.
It's like we thought it was a Labor Day weekend was it.
Thought it was
No
gonna
more
take a different
plans.
path.
Yeah.
nothing
Now all of a
else.
sudden it's like, whoa, what the heck we gonna do with all those extra weeks?
I know. Well, it made it. I mean, it made work a little bit more tolerable since it was nice.
Yeah.
Since you had to put up with all that shit from the GA and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I hooked up with with a friend of ours who's retiring, a guy named Thomas. I don't know. I sent you that little clip. You're probably gonna use it.
Yeah.
Before. Thomas is a cool guy. He's about to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's been, and he made this funny comment, which I thought was hilarious. Tom, he's gay,
Mm-hmm.
and So we asked him like where you from and stuff like that, and he's actually from Connecticut and whatnot, and he's separated from his husband. Okay. But he talked about this time when he lived in San Francisco. He says for a while he moved to San Francisco, and he says he only stayed there for about 14 months, and he had to leave. And we had, why'd you leave? He said it was just too gay for me. And I just thought that was hilarious. Here's this openly gay guy. He makes no quibble about him being gay. He knows that we know. I mean, it's no issue.
Yeah.
And I hate classifying it this way, but he's a very feminine gay guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So he speaks a certain way. He makes certain gestures and all that stuff. He's fabulous. Thank you.
That's the word.
Thank you. So he's a little bit more on the flamboyant side as far as the way he expresses himself.
Okay. All right.
So when he
that.
turns around and says, "No, San Francisco was just too gay for me," I had so many questions to ask.
It's like, wait a minute.
What does that mean?
Pandora.
Like,
you just opened the box.
What what does that mean? And I wanted to ask so many questions, but we were like on our third beer and then I had to leave. I had to get back and so I was like, well, so what is what is too gay?
Too gay.
Like what? Like you leave your house and there's dudes blowing each other in front of your fucking while you're waiting for the bus. I mean, what is too gay?
What does it mean to be too gay?
I don't know what that means.
I
But
do.
and he said that he said it was just too gay. For me.
Damn.
He just it was just
He would know.
like,
Takes one to
dude,
know one, right?
y'all can calm down on the gay shit. We all know you're gay, so
Right.
maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard this before through some gay friends of mine who they don't like the exaggeration
Yeah,
of it.
Yeah.
They just want to be it's like it's like us with being black, right?
Right.
Or being African American
Right.
or something. It's like
you ain't gotta do nothing else.
So is OJ really?
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't have the line on. Or it's like when you go out of town, right? And you go and you see friends, and you go
Mm-hmm.
to Georgia, or you go anywhere. Hey, I'm from Farmers Boulevard. Oh, you know LL Cool J and what? No.
No, there's about 1.5 million people.
Yeah,
That live.
live in St. Albans. Good luck, buddy. Grew up in the neighborhood, aware, very well aware. He lived right down the block.
Uh-huh.
You went to school with him. All our
Right,
friends
right.
don't know him.
Right.
Don't know him. If he saw me in the street, he wouldn't say, "What's up, Chad?"
Didn't go to dinners.
No.
nothing.
No.
Nothing like that.
Been around the same people, know the same people, but these people have this swear comment. And then a lot of people, what I also don't like is when people do that. They exploit that. Like, yo, I'm from here. Yeah, we should see LL walking around. As
All
if
the
he wore
time,
Kango
man.
walking around the block doing the video and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
I was about to be in the video, man,
Right.
but I was like, nah, I had to take my mom to work.
Oddly enough, so I had a homework session with the kid, and we were watching some just random 80s videos, right?
Okay.
Just showing him stuff from Houdini to all the old shit. You know,
Okay.
Curtis Blow.
Okay.
And I'm explaining to him look, the clothes they wore cut off shit, midriff. Guys wore like boots, broken glass everywhere.
Right,
You watch
right,
that
right.
video, these dudes had on Dinko boots with cut off pants. They were wild boys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm explaining. So he was like, "So why do y'all keep getting on us with the funny clothes, with the And I said, it's pure hypocrisy.
Yeah.
It's just hypocrisy.
Yeah.
They just don't like the way you're doing it because they want you to acknowledge that they did it before them. You know what I'm saying? That this existed before them. And I'm telling them, I'm like, dude, you're never gonna get old and new generations to just coexist.
No.
That's the time that in between. That's
No.
why you can't coexist. So anyway, we were just giving this homework lesson, and I'm showing him like Jermaine Dupri in the Houdini video dancing
Okay.
and bopping, and he's like, "Get the fuck like, what?"
Yeah. See Tupac dancing in the fucking
Yeah, and what you call it? Get out. What you call it?
the Humpty Dance.
Humpty
and
Dance. But I say this to say is that it's coming so full circle that you can't be mad at anything that comes out of the radio anymore, the music, and it's just a little bit. Some of it is disheartening and disappointing because
Yeah.
you could use
Yeah.
you could do better words than that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You could be more creative with it, but you can't be mad at it. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
every generation had that to say about the next generation.
yeah, true.
They were when we were growing up. people wonder what the fuck we were listening to.
Yeah. What is
What
this?
is the fuck
Screaming
is
and
wrong?
noise. Sounds like crap to me.
Screaming. Oh my god.
Guys
You
are-
know. So you know,
Yeah,
you're
this is
right.
true.
Every generation has looked at the next generation and said, "Y'all are fucking this up."
Yeah. It's true, man. I just don't know, and I'm always curious to know what's next. Like, where does this go? Like,
That's what I'm curious
Yeah.
about. I'm curious is about what like people like my son and your son's age.
Yeah.
Like when they get to like us,
Mhm.
they'll look at somebody who's like 21 and say, "Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all are doing."
Right.
And I was saying, you're comparing that to what? Like who you hold up as a standard to what it is? You know?
Well, oddly enough, we again it goes back to watching some stuff, but we just finished watching it here. I saw it previously, but they have Questlove from The Roots has a document series on AMC channel,
Okay.
and it is called Music That Shaped History, like that changed history or something like
Okay.
that. It's only up to episode 1, and the first episode is Jesus Walks.
Okay.
It's called Songs That Changed America. right?
Okay.
And it's Jesus Walks with Kanye West. And it breaks the entire song down to the origin, and things I did not know, which, you know, when you do your homework, you learn and you hear. I knew that Rhymefest was a co-writer of that song, but I didn't know that was his song.
Oh, really?
He found this gospel tape with ARC, which was the the Addicts Coalition Rehabilitation. It was a drug choir
Okay.
out in Indiana somewhere or wherever it was from, Midwest. You know what the Midwest is? Young and Rest. That's Rhymefest. That's his.
Okay.
That's his line. That's all his stuff. And he gave Kanye the beat, and he said, "Look, you gotta hear this gospel. I want you to put a beat to it and sample it and chop it up and make it something." Kanye West came back 2 weeks later and was like, "Bro, I need this on my album. Like, this is mine. Like, I'm jacking it. Let's hook it up. I'm gonna fly you out. Let's write it up. I need to make this is my single. Like,
Right.
this is it. This is." And all of that was in it. The bum, 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 ooh, and they break down the whole thing. And the guy was like, "Oh, I think I need to call my lawyer." Like, the composer of it. And they had recorded that back in 1996. Which was a gospel choir that this guy was just arranging choirs for, and he put it on a tape and just was like, it was like going around for people to pray to the,
Right.
and have choir and have church, and he added some other things, like the John Legend, the part,
Okay.
that's John
That's John
Legend
Legend?
singing, and he auto-tuned him.
Ah, okay.
It's pretty fucking.
Okay.
It's a pretty fucking good documentary. Very well done. And I think the next one is gonna be Peter Piper with
Okay. Run DMC.
Run DMC. Yeah. Very interesting. I am so liking what they're doing with TV to make TV better. You know what I'm saying? Like, as for series. I mean,
Okay.
like we talked about earlier, like having these episodes and etc. And I must say, this is a huge accreditation to the phenomenon of, I'm not sure if you had been following this, but these web series. You ever heard of these web series where people put out their own shit on YouTube?
Yeah.
And made it like every week you watch again and
Right.
again, especially Money and Violence. What's the other one? Respect Life is the one I watched, and I fell in love with, and I'm mad at Boom P. You gotta come back. Boom P, we need you back. I heard he's going through some mental anguish and some not firsthand. I don't know the guy, and I just only heard, unfortunately, blog after blog.
Right.
But Respect Life was kind of like the next Hood Chronicle. And then, yeah. So it I love how they took that and said, "Oh shit, this works." People loved. I mean, this guy broke the internet. I mean, he with Money and Violence. The kid, his series was so hyped that people were just logging on. They couldn't get on fast enough, and it was like, damn, we need more of this.
More web series.
More web series. And so they took it, and all of a sudden now you're seeing all these series, and it's made Hulu kind of be a thing now. Hulu's up in the game now. So who knows? Look at that. The Giants doing well. Giants 17-3.
Yeah, they should do well. I mean, they're playing the Redskins. The Redskins aren't that good.
This kid is showing some promise, though. I am
Daniel
seeing
Jones, yeah.
I am
Yeah.
seeing some. I guess youth is great, right? To have young legs.
Youth is
and-
great. A young set of legs. He's an athlete.
He's not
So-
afraid.
right.
I'm not seeing the wincing yet.
He doesn't seem overwhelmed by it. You know.
Okay.
I mean,
Saquon Barkley out 6 weeks.
Yeah, man. Busted ankle.
But did you see the hit?
Ankle sprain. No, I didn't.
That was an assassination attempt. They went right after the fucking legs.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know the calls, like how to, you know, what the penalties are or whatever else.
Look, it's quite possible. I mean,
But
he's-
when they, it's like you go to hit the guy and tackle him, they like went right for the legs and was like, ooh, and it just looked.
Screech him.
Oh, and you see him, the ankle turn, and it's like, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
But it should be interesting. I mean, this guy looks like I like him in the pocket. I like him.
Yeah.
He's comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah, and he can see. There's a difference between a running quarterback and a quarterback that can run. He's a quarterback that can
Pretty
run.
tough.
So in other words, so like watch this play right here.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to do one thing. They got the rollout, so he's trying to look for an open guy.
Yep.
Doesn't see anybody,
Scrambles.
so he takes off
Woo, pew.
and gets a few yards. Now that's a quarterback that can run. So
As
in other
opposed-
words, they're not designing a run for him. They're not using him as a running quarterback to gain yards. But you know what? If shit breaks down and shit's not going well, okay, I can still, you know, make this not a bad play
Yeah, we could get something out
with
of
my
it.
legs. I can get something
something
out of it
out of it.
and to the next one. That's the difference. That everybody talks about a running quarterback. You don't need a running quarterback, but you do need a quarterback that can run.
Nice.
You know, and you saw that with Eli. Eli just wasn't. He just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do that.
Exactly. Like, I'm gonna lay down and
There was
hope they fly over me.
they would. I'm sure teams would just say, "Look, whatever you do, don't worry about Eli Manning running. He's
Right.
not.
He's
so
not going
what?
for it.
You know, so
He's
what?
not going for it.
You can double cover other people and whatnot.
Yes. Okay, so man, 90 degrees next week.
It's gonna be warm.
It's gonna be warm. Then it goes to 60,
Suit
And-
weather.
and then they said 4 feet of snow in Montana.
No,
So and that drift is supposed to come east.
like cold.
Yeah,
little bit of cold weather.
yeah.
That's good. I could use some cool weather. I could use some cool weather.
hoodie weather. Yeah,
You know, I put the couple of days last week. I put a suit on, and it felt good in the morning because I left
Yeah.
early in the morning.
That's
but then
my
in the
every
afternoon, you come back and like fuck,
By lunch, I'm a hog.
it's hot. It's like you just like dripping in sweat. And
Discombobulating.
you could like wring me out, and I could, you know,
Yeah.
water your plants and whatnot.
For those celebrating, it is Shana Tova, New Year for
Was
the-
Rosh Hashanah? Is that what it
yeah.
is? Rosh Hashanah.
So Happy New Year to all our
Happy New Year to our
Jewish
Jewish brothers and
comrades.
sisters. Now that's so if you're Jewish, you're done by like 5:30 today, right? Is
Well,
that how that works?
No, oh well, no.
Like you got to be in the house or something like that, or
Well, Shavuot is Fridays, and you know you pray and you.
Shabbat is Saturday.
No, the Sabbath is Saturday.
Shabbat
Shabbos is Friday.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
believe-
bowl on Shabbats.
Yeah. Is that the Big Lebowski?
Yes.
Yeah. Still have not re-seen it again.
I don't bowl on Shabbats.
I did rewatch Who's the Man?
Which one is that?
Ed Love and Dr. Dre.
Oh, really?
1993.
For what?
Because I was doing this old school review with my
Uh-huh,
son
uh-huh.
and doing the
I
homework.
totally forgot about that movie. Wow.
It's
Okay.
fucking great.
Oh, wow.
It's actually not bad. They're redoing it.
Oh, really?
Lo and behold, I watched it. You know when we're in the shop when we're printing teas at
Uh-huh.
night and we're there late, guys are there, we're drinking, we're either talking sports or when if nothing's on, I'll throw something on the
Mm-hmm.
screen. They'll be like, Chad, what the fuck is this? And 90% of the times I'm showing either like some YouTube clips like fails and people
Right.
falling off of staircases and shit like that. But occasionally I'll throw on a movie or two and bug people out and they'll be like, damn, I don't what? And so we were watching the shit and Kurt Flirt, you know,
Yes.
that we used to be with Ed, he comes to the cave a lot and all this stuff. And he's in the movie quite extensively in there. And they're like, no, Kurt just said they're redoing it with Action Bronson is directing it.
Wow.
Yeah. Oddly enough. So
Wow.
we shall see. Who's the Man 2 coming
Action Bronson. That's going to be some set.
out? They were great. I thought that Ed Lover and Dr. Dre would do a series of movies.
They worked well together.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were like the Black Laurel and Hardy. You know, like the
Yeah.
you know, a fat guy and skinny guy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The Ralph and Norton, the Abbott and Costello. They were the perfect black true friends and colleagues
Yeah.
at work is that they didn't make them up. You know what I mean?
Right.
They weren't made up.
That wasn't.
And they had a chemistry, but I think politics got in the way of that. Ed, we'd love to know what happened with that. I did have Dr. Dre at a celebrity ball with Mark Brissett. We did a celebrity game at Claire's a few years back, and he had a celebrity game at the gym. And he was like, "Call anybody you know," and I was like, "I don't know any celebrities." I called Escalade, God bless the dead. You know, my man Troy Escalade, Mark Jackson's brother. He showed up, and that was good. It was like, "Oh shit, we got one good one." And he had, believe it or not, he had Heather Hunter there.
Okay.
And I was like, you suited up, you gonna play? And she was like, fuck that. I was like, I ain't playing no basketball. We'll coach. Had Teddy Ted, Awesome 2, you know, those two.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Dre. Which no one knew who the fuck he was. You know. And his diabetes is kicking him in the butt.
Who, Dre?
Yeah. Yeah, he looked very old. He had a club foot, I think, and they had some complications with him. So, but I did see him at the photo for the new Who's the Man thing. I wish them well. I think they would be great to do that again and reintroduce something.
Are they doing it?
I don't
Ed
know
Lover
this.
And Dr. Dre?
I don't know that. I don't know the ins and out. I hope they're not acting in it. But Ed Lover's been popping up a lot now. He's been showing up in. Yeah, he's in Southside. He's in an episode of Southside, and he's in an episode of another series, another comedy. I think this new Sunnyside thing.
Okay.
Show. He's still funny. He's still got it. Yeah, he's still funny. On YouTube, he's pretty funny. Yeah, he's got it.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Action Bronson will be in it.
Yeah, somehow Action Bronson's involved with it, so maybe he'll be the Dre and someone else, another character. Don't know, but I will say that movie had a ton of features. It had every celebrity you could possibly think of. So we were watching the movie, and obviously I tried to make it fun for everybody. I was like, just name all the people you see. You had Dennis Leary,
Right.
Bernie Mac.
That's right.
You had Salt and Pepper, Run DMC were the cops. They were the detectives. They were and Jam Master Jay. They was like, leave this to the real detectives. You had Criss Cross. You had Yo Yo. You had God bless. One of them kids died too. It had so many features in there that were just like they just kept popping up through the whole movie, and it was like I thought it was brilliant. Like to watch it again, I always say this. To watch it with adult eyes.
With adult eyes.
Is brilliant. I mean, back in the days, it was kind of like fad. It was just because everything was so poignant at the time.
Right,
yeah,
right.
It was, you know, Carl Kanai, suits, cross colors, and, you know, it was just, that's what it was. It was almost regular, but watching it now, it was like, great. So I encourage you all to find that.
Who's the Man?
Who's the Man? And which was the beginning of Biggie Smalls' career, which was...
Oh, was it really?
Yes, his first song, "Party and Bullshit," was featured on the soundtrack of that. The only reason I know that so well is that when we were with Eddie F at the time, we were pushing. He was trying to get us a song on that, and I think we got beat out by young black teenagers, YBT. Yeah. So I was playing all those songs for my son, like, and showing him like this is what hip hop was.
Well, look at you. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Homework session. You got to do the homework. If you don't do the homework, you can't be mad at them for not knowing, you know, especially when they have, you know, generation gaps and you want to explain something. You got to show them what it meant to you.
Well, you were involved in it, so it's not more than just like you're more than just like an outside viewer. You were on some level. Well, I mean, you were closer than most.
Yeah, I mean,
You
we
know.
had a deal. I mean, yes, I would say that. I mean, closer than most, but not enough to smell the fucking rose, you know. I mean, well, shit, we did Hot 97. We opened up the fucking circus with Wendy Williams and Heavy D. You know, we've had some moments.
Yeah.
We've had some moments. We opened up for Ja Rule, Back to School Jam, you know, and Rod Digger. Had some moments, you know. My crew had some moments. We call it the best that never did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're like, Storm was talking about doing a documentary. It was like, I got a lot of footage and shit. I don't have a lot of footage, video footage. That's my problem. I got a lot of songs and recordings and stuff like that. But I don't have a lot of video footage. So you'd almost have to do it like reenactment and animate it. And I don't think that would work. It's not exciting enough. Like, I mean, the bullshit that happened to it was all us. We were all fucking drugged out and, you know, had our own ways of dealing with the world and society and all this other shit.
You just made that very deep.
Yeah.
That just became a very poignant thing you said.
Yeah, well, we did. I mean, you're talking about us losing mothers, fathers, you know, people going through deaths, people going through children having, you know, and coming of age without the appropriate guidance and learning, you know, and trying to learn the world on our own, and a whole crew of guys that had each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's what kept my crew tight. And the reefer. The reefer was the common.
The reefer.
The reefer was awesome. I mean, we were smoking shit. We were smoking crap. I'll never forget the day we met DJ Premier. And I met Mobb Deep at the same day, and both of them in the room. We were at D&D Studios in Manhattan. D&D is like one of the premier studios that, not the one with Pac got shot. That was Quad Studios. D&D was, I think, further on Broadway.
Okay.
Had graffiti everywhere. It was like a rapper's dream. It was weed smoke in the hallway. It was beer, 40 ounces all over the place. And it was like, yeah, this is where you want to be. This is where you smell, you know, you smell rap. And I remember we had a session in there, and we met Premier, and Guru was recording.
Okay.
And I was drawing. I used to draw all my sessions. I didn't rap. I'm just the co-manager, whatever, get you to the place. I sit and draw, smoke my weed, draw my little pictures. And Premier was like, yo, you draw? You can make a logo for my boys? You know what I'm saying? These dudes is nice, man. Yo, you got to hear them, man. You saw these two guys look like the Muppets. I mean, they were this little. They were so small. We were like, oh, okay. And they showed me their logo. I was like, oh, okay. I'll come up with something and, you know, play around with it. I'm no, you know, Van Gogh, but, you know, I'll fuck around with it. And I looked at their logo and I laughed because they had a sickle. It was a Grim Reaper with a sickle, and it just said Mobb Deep on it. And I was like, all right, we can make this something, you know. But I didn't understand nothing about Mobb Deep. I didn't know
who they were.
They weren't a thing. They weren't out. And they were little. I was like, oh, another kid group, and they was like, no, these niggas gangsters. I was like, oh, okay, pardon me. Excuse me. They had Hennessy. They wore Hennessy jerseys, and you know, I was like, these niggas drinking Hennessy, and wow. And we rolled up some shit. Premier had a fucking blunt, and he was like, nah, yeah. He said, I don't smoke after nobody. You can have it, you know.
Okay.
Gave us he didn't want to do a cipher. He was like, nah, but here, and he gave us a blunt. And when I tell you this shit put us through the roof, it was like, what was in that? And then at that moment we said, I think we should be careful who we smoke after. Like, this might go wrong. Like this, we obviously don't know this guy. Heard of him, DJ Premier. He's on the radio. He's very respected. And boy, was that some powerful fucking weed. And at that time, everyone was focused on getting higher than Snoop Dogg. It was like the Chronic was out. I mean, the Doggy Style, I think 91, 92, that shit was popping, and everyone was like, I guess you gotta smoke more weed to make songs like that.
To make songs like that,
you gotta smoke more weed and gin and juice. Who could think to drink gin and juice? That wasn't a thing in the neighborhood. So,
no.
Gin and orange juice? Fuck that.
Why would you do that?
It's angry. Angry.
Well, if smoking weed, like, you know, gave you, you know, props like Snoop Dogg, then he should have come out with some better shit.
Exactly.
More shit. That's,
obviously,
I'm one of those guys. I've always believed that Tupac was not Tupac. I'm sorry. Snoop Dogg. I think we give him a little too much credit.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that first album,
Doggy Style,
dope. You can call it one of the greatest hip hop albums in history. Dope.
Well produced.
Excellently produced.
Yeah, produced. Well produced.
And he had. And
I couldn't name 3 songs.
Snoop had that flow. you know, they introduced this new style, this new flow, talking about the LBC.
Yeah.
As soon as he got some money, he was all of a sudden iced out and a pimp, and it was like, wait a minute, dude, isn't there some transition you got to make?
Right. You went from khakis to a cane.
Khakis and fucking lumberjacks. And now you got, just I don't know. I
to
just
the permed hair.
I just think he's one of those dudes that we give him a little too much credit.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see where that happened. I mean, you know, I think the microwave era now, it didn't happen that fast that you just mentioned it. Like it seemed, yes, if you looked at it on paper, it's like, wait a minute, all of a sudden, but in progression, you didn't see it. Like when he switched over to No Limit is where we kind of were like, hey.
Yeah,
you're cheating.
It was kind of
cheated.
Right.
Like this is not like wrestling where you go over to the.
Yeah, it was.
You with this crew now?
I mean, I guess I just wanted to hear more shit. I just wanted to hear more of him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Uncle Snoop. Yeah. Well, yeah, he was definitely but I'll tell you, everyone was going after that spot. They were like, we gotta,
we gotta smoke like these motherfuckers.
Yeah. And then the surges of Biggie, like Machine Gun Funk, and a couple of records he had, and it was like, oh shit, who the fuck is this? And I remember they had the fucking the Big Macs.
Yeah.
The Big Macs. We had them in the office. And they were like, "Yo, this shit is gonna be the best. You get a Big Mac, and it's big, and Craig Mack." It's like, oh shit, Flavor in the Ear was fucking insane. And we were supposed to go to that video shoot. So, oddly enough, what you said before. Oh, we were supposed to go to the video shoot. It was filmed at the ice skating rink in Queens.
USA, Ski Town.
By the Mets, by the over there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
Ice skating rink over there.
Oh, the ice skating rink. I thought you said skating rink.
No, ice skating rink.
Yeah, I know
the indoor one.
The indoor one.
And the pool was all dissolved. It was all wet, and he was stomping in it. He had the Tampa Bay Lightning hockey jersey on.
Right.
And did Flavor in Your Ear and all the lights and all that shit. Hype Williams and all that shit.
Bye.
Yeah. Uniblab.
Body kicking. Right.
Dope. But I'm EPMD case. I'm Hit Squad. You know, that's my era, man. And again, doing the homework, explaining to Ron who K Solo was, and there was a little beef with him and DMX. You know, about who could spell better or whatever else. And I don't remember DMX spelling a fucking thing.
Who could spell better?
Well, DMX says that was his style.
Spelling?
Yes. Now, what record did DMX?
What the hell is that?
Exactly.
Spelling?
Where's DMX's spell record? Don't know it. He said that was his style from jail.
Spelling.
They were locked up. Yeah, spellbound. KEVINMADISON.
Well, yes, I know
Letterman.
yes, but
spellbound.
All right.
And when you hear "Get at Me, Dogs," and that nigga K Solo, he could suck my dick.
Yeah.
All that shit is falling like white girls in the Scary Movie. Which was actually Get the Bozak, the record.
Get the Bozak.
Get the Bozak. It was Get at Me though. Same record. Which I came to out of my wedding.
Yes.
And my wife will never let me live that down.
Really? You had yours, Mark.
Humbly embarrassed, but definitely unforgettable.
But that's like how that shit goes. It's like
I'm saying, can't take it back. 21 years later, no backsies.
You give the guy his intro, and then the song was the beautiful song that
no backsies.
Both of you wanted.
I don't know about that. I didn't know anything about those records.
You didn't want that song for your?
I didn't know what to pick. Love song. I would have picked a Jodeci record or something. Come and talk to me. That's what I would have picked. That's my era. I don't know Kenny Lattimore for you. I was never into this.
But that's what I'm saying.
Records.
That's what I'm saying. Like you each had your one.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the record we danced to.
Right. That's considered your wedding song.
Yeah, but we came out. I chose that. Both of us.
That's what I'm saying. That's like yours.
Oh, okay.
So
mine is the come
that's
out.
Yours.
Okay.
And hers is
that's what it was. Yeah, I didn't know that's a thing. Is that a thing?
No, but it's like you everybody picks theirs. Everybody picks their one, and a lot of times you know, the wedding song is if there's a dispute, it's a wedding song that the lady likes.
Where my dog's at?
You know. Get at me, dog. You came out and you had a cigar in your hand too.
I sure did.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried smoking that one that day. I think. Did I smoke it? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I had a lot of fun. Man, October is among us. The creeps come out at night. Ghoulish stuff. I'm already seeing Christmas stuff in the stores.
Ooh, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Christmas. I saw Halloween shit up last month.
I did too.
And I was like, how long you gonna keep this fucking candy here? I mean, it's like...
It just seems like times are so strange now that, I mean, do you really want to take candy from people? Do you really want to go by people's houses and, you know, get candy?
You know, that's a shame because I think we were talking about innocence before. I think the innocence of Halloween is just a beautiful thing.
Yes.
You know, dress
it's
up,
very generous.
Run in your neighborhood.
It's
hey,
a festival. Hey, look at me. I'm a Batman. I'm
candy, whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, it's coming up. You know, we're going to see some people in blackface. We know we're going to see some frat people doing some dumb shit that they shouldn't be doing. Dressing like, oh, I'm a slave and this is my master. And, you know, they're going to, you know, that's going to happen. That's just what happened. That's what we do now. And we wonder why there's a problem.
Wait, you think that? Wow.
We just, people are going to do that
Who'da
shit.
thunk it? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, this is the time where people get to masquerade their goofiness.
Yeah.
And
all the women get to dress like whores and then wonder what you're staring at.
Oh, gosh.
And shit, they wear all the, like, the little, ooh, I'm a sexy bumblebee. It's like, ooh. So when I treat you like a whore, then you go, hi, treat me with respect. No, then put your titties back in.
Oh, my gosh.
And then, you know.
Put your tits back in.
But that's my opinion.
And you're entitled to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very much entitled to it. So, I got nothing left.
I got nothing left either.
Wow. So Giants, man, go Giants. They're 24. Scores 24-3.
They just had an interception.
I saw the fight last night. It was on pay-per-view.
Which one?
Errol Spence Jr.
Okay.
And what's his name? Stephen Porter.
Stephen Porter.
Great fight.
Yeah. Boxing is starting to get some momentum.
I was so mad about this fight yesterday because that's all everyone talked about yesterday. Like we had so much shit to do or whatever else, and it was like, "Hey, you gonna watch fight? You gonna watch fight?" I don't fucking know these guys, so I don't know. Yo, where are we watching the fight today? Where's all the text coming through? Fight! I said, who's fighting? I said, unless it's like the Tyson or fucking Mayweather or somebody big. I don't know. And everybody's calling me, "Yo, can you hold my stick? Can you get my stick?" I want to watch the fight. I was like, listen, man, I don't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know what you're talking about. Don't call me about that. But oddly enough, I watched it. I came home and watched it.
No, it was a good fight.
It was a great fight, actually. They went the distance. The fight before it was pretty good, too. Barrios.
The undercard, yeah.
The undercard. What was they call it the
they call it a co-main event?
co-main event.
Okay. All right. I can see that.
Boy, they split that guy's eye open from a punch, not a headbutt either.
Yes.
And he was winking twice. Like the eye flipped. Oh, it was brutal. And his corner stopped the fight.
Yeah.
But welterweight. I mean, look, super welterweight or welterweight. I mean, these guys are 160 pounds. When you think about it, you go, damn, you're like 100 pounds less than me.
Yes.
100 pounds.
Clock, exactly. You would think you could do that, but
yeah,
no.
I know. I met Mark Breland at the Q Club one day, and I was like, "You, what was that little puppy hand you handed me?" Like, he shook my hand, and it felt like, you know, when you shake a dog's paw, okay, paw. I was like, "What is this? What that little hand?" It was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you, baby." Registered hands. Mark Breland.
Mark Breland was an assassin.
Man. And they showed like all the clips of, I guess, welterweight Trinidad and
Trinidad, yeah.
a lot of guys. And Lennox Lewis was announcing the game. It was actually pretty interesting. I've not found boxing or any of these matches to be any
boxing. Yeah, boxing is making a nice little
good. It's good.
Nice little comeback.
It's good. It's a decent sport. I think it has, some merit to it. Other than just people. I mean, if there's skill and tactic, like what I did like about this match, and that this guy they both trained with the father. They had a little story. They were friends, but all's fair in love and war. And I like the style. Like, I saw style. I saw this kid Porter with a interesting He was too low for me. He,
Right,
he went too
did
low.
all this- yeah,
which
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, buy an uppercut and this guy's out of here. Like, if you just try, you could just swing rant. The guy goes so low all the time. Just boop, pop his ass back up. But he had this punch, spin around, and next thing you know, he's behind you,
Yeah.
and you got to turn around. He's
Yeah.
boop, 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 zip. He spun. He had that mastered. I saw some good style there. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that was the height of my night, and last and foremost, on some sad news, we lost a friend, a good friend of my wife's, Melanie Sampson. Rest in peace, Melanie.
man.
That's Geraldine's sister. I don't know if you remember Geraldine,
I
who
do
was in
remember.
my wedding.
Yes.
Her sister, I remember we went down to Disney. She worked at Disney, got us all passes.
Uh-huh.
But she's such a sweetheart. At a very young age, I'm not sure of her actual age. She was in a coma for a couple of days. She
Oh,
had gotten
dear.
sick over something. And our heart goes out to her and her family.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, it's really sad. She was such a beautiful person. And to her husband, Dewey Sampson, which we've never met personally, but we've seen through Facebook and etc.
Mm-hmm.
And we've extended some prayers and condolences. And I think my wife went out to try to meet with them and try to
Oh, my
figure out
goodness.
what happened. But
Yeah.
it's sad when you lose young people.
They have
over
children?
Something. Yes, they did have children.
That's always tough.
Oddly enough, she was just doing a live video in September at a cousin got married, and it was at Hunts Point.
Okay.
And I was commenting like, hey, you always say, I just spoke to her last week, blah blah blah, and you really, this digital communication. It's like, man, if I would have really spoken, I would have known.
You would have known that
something.
that she was.
Or
sick
maybe not. I don't know. She didn't look like it in the picture or anything. But our hearts and family go out to the Montgomery and Sampson family. We're praying with you, and God bless. Rest in peace,
Bless.
Mel. Other than that, man, Two Bros Podcast episode 77.
God. We out.
We out. Peace.
That's what they said.